My mother died giving birth to me. My mother knew she would pass away. Having a child, she decided to have me anyway. Some people would say she was wired differently. Her fear of death didn't outweigh her love to be a mother, even if it was only to ensure that I was born while risking her life. Me, I'm wired differently. Sometimes I say things, or oftentimes I say things, and it's going to trigger a lot of people because it may apply to them. But poor people blame others, smart people blame themselves, and a wise person don't waste time blaming at all. You see, we are strange, bro. We're weird. We constantly get mad at things, trivial things, things that are not so important, that are more self-inflicted than not, that we don't realize. We don't get angry at something that's even bigger, like wasting our lives. It's almost like we don't even notice that we're wasting our lives. We're not angry at that though, but we're angry at other things we can't control that really don't have an impact on us. Maybe it's just a little bit of jealousy and envy. If you don't know something, you go learn. You don't automatically say, oh, it's a scam. Just like certain shit you do in your life, you're not aware that it's fucking you over. You don't want to accept that that might make you a scam. See, that's triggering. That's an insult. You should always be insulted by your results. Talk is cheap. Action is everything. You can say one thing. You can run across the internet and look for a crowd that's going to come to your aid and come to your defense to make you feel. But the fact of the matter is, everything you have, the position you are in, more often than not, you are there because of your actions. A smart person learns from their mistakes. A wise person can learn from others' mistakes as well as their own. But a dumbasses think they know everything. And when you ask a dumbass to show you the results, what do? They get offended. They get triggered. How dare you judge me? I'm supposed to be the one judging you and only judge people. Nobody judge me. I'm perfect. Dumbasses. Everything in life is work. When I talk to this camera, I tell you guys, for the people that actually follow me and that are good supporters, they know. I'm having conversations as if I'm talking to my son, the younger me, or a young man out there that needs to hear the truth. I don't give a damn about your feelings. Why? Because the world don't care about your feelings. How do I know that? Because the world don't care about my feelings. If I say you're an idiot because you know you have an addiction that you need to stop doing, that's because I had an addiction and I was an idiot to try to blame other people when I should have just stopped doing whatever it was that was keeping me addicted to that habit. Action. If I say you didn't go to school to get a degree that was going to pay you enough, I was the guy that went to school that didn't take school serious. So before you think I'm judging you, I'm talking about myself. And if I'm talking to my son, like I say, that's me expressing myself with him or with a young man out there that need to hear it. I'm going to look you in your eyes and tell you the world is not going to pay you because you're a nice person or because you pray to God. The world going to pay your ass for the value in which you bring to the table. You don't bring shit to the table, you're going to get the shit end of the table. And it shall remain that way. Your feelings do not matter. There's billions of people on the planet. Nobody's feelings matter. Facts is numero uno. You don't like it? It doesn't matter. Nobody care what you like. You need to stop caring about what you like. What you like got you fucked up anyway. It's always somebody else's fault but yours. No. It's my fault I'm where I'm at. It's your fault you where you at. I'm going to say this again. You've learned from a lot of people who didn't know any better. Just because you love people doesn't mean that they know everything. Your family don't know everything. Your next door neighbor don't know everything. Your best friend don't know everything. You have to go learn. Two sides to every coin. When you say you don't know something, understand that the other side of that coin is you may need to go and learn it. Because just because you don't know does not mean that it's something out there that exists pertaining to what you claim you don't know. You say you don't know and just choose the route going away from it. Like that's the route. You just said you don't know. If you don't know, stick to being neutral with it. You don't fucking know. Don't then turn around and act like you know and then come up with an excuse like an elite excuse maker because you in your feelings, because you're stubborn and you walk with ego and pride and you can't accept the fact that you don't know every damn thing and you go away from an opportunity to learn. Everybody likes to call it luck. 89% of millionaires didn't inherit anything. And this ain't even about money. I'm just trying to prove a point. 89% of the population, 89% of millionaires didn't inherit anything. So what does that tell you? People want to say they got lucky. Almost 90% of people got lucky. But our favorite saying around the world, or specifically in America, is everybody can't. No. Those 89% of people got lucky because when preparation meets opportunity, luck is always a possibility. Your ass ain't lucky at anything in life because you're never prepared. You're never putting yourself in an opportunity. You don't sacrifice. My mother died for me. I would sacrifice anything. I don't complain about money. I don't live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm not some rich asshole talking shit to a camera. This is all me. Hard work and focus, discipline. How you do one thing is how you do everything. You understand what I'm saying? I'll sacrifice a few hours of sleep to make sure I get up early to work 2-3 jobs. But I'll clear 600, 700 in a day. Go watch my videos. I'm not just talking. A lot of people don't hustle like me. And it don't look pretty. I'm not in some cubicle with a suit on talking about how smart I am. But I know a lot of people won't outwork me. I will not lose. You can't compete with me. I'm not going to be quiet. You don't want to hear me talk about my success. I don't want to hear about your failures. This isn't a brag. It's facts. All men need to be men. Fuck your feelings. You don't have to put yourself in a hole and feel like a slave, but don't be a slave to your vices. I sat down and I said to myself, when I was buying $200 and $300 pair of Jordans and shoes over the course of 365 days, which is a year if you didn't know, how much money would I have in a savings account or a box, shoe box under my bed if instead of me buying those shoes, I act like I was buying those shoes and I put all those purchases of the shoes with the dollar amount in a shoebox. I probably have about $4,000 or $5,000. Some people got Jordans, all kind of numbers in their closet. It's about $4,000 or $5,000 if they would have just kept that money. But they probably wouldn't have kept the money because it's not the money. It's what they do with the money. A lot of people don't have a money problem. They have a spending problem. They don't have a money-making problem. They don't know how to spend money. And when you tell people this, they get triggered. Fuck your feelings. You look good, but you're broke. Okay, you didn't go to school. You don't have a meaningful degree. That's no excuse. Out of the 89% of the millionaires who got lucky, 90% almost, they didn't have a meaningful education either. What did they do? They sat their ass down, lived below their means, probably struggled a few years, but made it count. A lot of you get mad when somebody say you need to move out your parents' house because people, when they have easy things, they don't appreciate it. When you living at home with mama, you're supposed to be saving money. What you end up doing? Not saving anything because you think that this is going to last forever. You know the old saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone? No. You knew exactly what you had. You just thought you could never lose it. That's that bullshit. Take that bullshit and flush it down the toilet where it belongs. Nothing in life is a bigger scam on your life than yourself. You are the scam. Look in the mirror. You scamming yourself every day. But nobody telling you that. I'm telling you that. You want to know why? Because I will tell my son that. Don't be a dumbass. If you don't know something, sit down and learn. It crashes. It's an opportunity to buy. If you've never heard that before, why? I bet you know the trending video on TikTok, don't you? You don't know you should be stacking bread and waiting till the market pulls back so you get an opportunity to buy and scale in. Over the course of 30, 40, 50 years, you start to build wealth. You don't know you need to have money set aside so when the market, the real estate market in particular, pulls back and interest rates drops, because if you can look at a chart for the last 50 years, all these rates go up and down, just like inflation. It's been here, but nobody in your family, nobody that loves you can tell you that because they didn't know themselves. We're not here to look down on nobody, but you need to learn. Education don't stop when you graduate high school and college. Okay, back to what I was saying. You should be putting away money so you can buy real estate. You should be putting away money so you can treat yourself like a bank. Some of these properties you can pay outright. So if you do have a property tax payment, that's the only payment you have on these properties. You don't have to worry about in 15 months your mortgage have increased $2,000 because you only put 20 grand down on a house because you just wanted to tell the world I bought a house so bad. It's systems, discipline. See, you guys don't get it, and I'm not talking to you if you don't. So stay off my channel because I'm going to keep going and I'm not going to stop because you can't stop me. Only I can stop me. See, that's the mentality you need to have. You got one shot at life and you sitting around blaming. What are you doing? Life gonna punch you in your mouth. And depending on the family you come from, genetically, you might get hit harder than others. Why? Because those traumas don't go anywhere unless you get rid of them. How do you do that? First of all, you have to identify. See, ladies, if you're watching this video, I'm not necessarily talking to you. You might have traumas too. But as a father of 2 beautiful daughters, I don't think women should have that much trauma. Now, I don't think women should use men, don't get me wrong, but I don't think women should have that much trauma. But for the women that got traumas, this goes for you as well. But for you men, you have work to do. Your ass is going to work until you die. Even if you're rich, you physically work to get yourself in that position to be rich and wealthy, right? You're going to work mentally to maintain what you've gained and attained over however many years it took you. Work never stops. And don't worry about what your kids are going to screw up. You worry about what you're doing right now, because you're supposed to get rich to the point where you at least enjoy the fruits of your labor. We can enjoy the fruits of our labor, but we can also plant seeds so those fruit can grow, whether we are labored or not. See, that's process. My father told me, if you can't count where every dollar goes outside your house, it's not the government's fault. It's your fault. You must know what the IRS is taking. Don't sit back and complain that Donald Trump paid less in taxes, but he's rich. When your American privileged ass got the same right, you just don't know shit. I have an LLC. I can pay myself like an employee, and I'm the owner of my own trading company. One-man business. I don't have employees. I'm the owner and the employee. And when my children turn a certain age, they can work for me. Even if all they doing is going to the closet to get daddy some printing paper. I can put them down as an employee, and what do? They do office tasks for daddy. Tax write-off. You wouldn't know that because you ain't read a book on it. Shit, it's all over YouTube and social media, but that's not the videos you watching. You know what you watching, but you don't want me to say that bullshit you watching is giving you a bullshit ass return like a bullshit ass investment, and you shall accept that shit because you've been putting in bullshit effort. Don't nobody care about you not wanting to work because the company ain't paying you what you want. The company is paying your ass what you value that. You fucking up the money you taking home, and you ain't managing that shit like you your own company. Oh, let me guess, everybody can't be rich, right? Everybody making excuses. The few that's making solutions, when they get what they deserve, don't fucking make an excuse to then have jealousy and envy. You should be an adult, not a child, and accept that you didn't put the work in. You working the wrong way. Your job is supposed to be a stepping stone. You're supposed to have goals outside of your job. Men, if you are working a job you don't like, you know what you do? You go get a second one you don't like. You're not going to do this forever, but you need to pay off all your debt. You need to sleep a little bit less. You need to eat extremely healthy, because what goes into your body directly associated with how you're going to handle life. If you have a fucked up diet, you're going to have a fucked up experience while working a fucked up job. You need to get 2 pissy ass jobs you don't like. The world is already toxic and chaotic. Don't act like you surprised. You need to pay off all your debt. Don't go and refinance anything. Don't go put shit on layaway. Do not go and max out your credit cards, because it shows you can't handle things appropriately. You're unorganized. Pay off all your debt. And then either get rid of one job because you don't want to work hard anymore, or keep the job. Act like you're still paying off debt, but put the money away. Come up with an idea. You don't have no passion for something? Just do something, and the momentum will carry you. An object in motion shall stay in motion. Don't sit down. Idle hands is the devil's playground. You are hurting yourself. You scared of the future because it's unknown? Well, guess what? The future should be scared of you too, because you are unknown. The future don't know you. You don't know it. 2 sides to every coin. You guys got to understand the mentality. If you don't, my mama died giving birth to me. I don't play that victim shit. I don't play. I don't play. You lay down and have babies as a man, you are going to take care of them kids. You don't want to have responsibilities? Don't fuck. Oh, you don't want to hear that though, because you was taught to go get all the coochie you can, huh? Busting them down, yeah. Your decisions coming back with consequences, and they busting your ass down. You don't want to hear it? I'm not directly talking to the viewer. But imagine if my son was sitting in front of me and his camera wasn't rolling. I wouldn't physically hurt him. I will put a verbal assault on his ass, because guess what? You better not open your mouth and blame anybody but yourself. Because you are the only person who can put yourself in a fucked up situation. You want to know how I know that? Because the majority of the population putting themselves in a fucked up situation. They don't have time to put you in a situation because their body's being broken down from all the double work they putting on their body from putting themselves in a fucked up situation, that they keep digging deeper and deeper, and they don't realize they need to turn around and do the opposite so they can get out of that hole.